Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm a Boeing 737 pilot and a member of PMDG's tech team. So today we are going to fly from San Juan to St. Maarten, Juliana International Airport and back. There is a lovely VATSIM event here called San Juliana Stuff Up from 18 until 21 UTC, so you're all invited to join me on this famous route today. So, when we are starting up, let's start with a little bit of basics, because I just quickly want to talk about the aircraft. I'm sure many of you have seen that PMDG has just released a new update for the 737-700 today, and I have done a separate video on that one where I cover the most important changes from my personal opinion. Of course, the update is non-exclusive, or at least the changes that I've listed are non-exclusive. There is more that happened in the background. Also, I had told some of you that my last live stream would actually have been the last one that I was about to do with the 737-700. I've proven to be wrong, so be it, can't change it anymore. And nonetheless, here we are now with the 737-700 once again. So, let's have a look at our flight plan then for today's short hop. We'll go from San Juan to St. Maarten, and I am using a route that has been suggested by the event team in VATSIM. And planned at level 250 since it's such a short flight, just 180 nautical miles. So level 250 is probably the maximum. We're flying the United Airlines livery, and it is set up according to the real United Airlines airline configuration. So all the weights that we are going to use today are in pounds and not in kilograms. Just in case somebody of you is wondering why we're taking 10.2 tons of fuel for a flight like this. Now you know it. So, all of that said and done. If anybody of you wants to join, I plan to go off-block in about 25 minutes. And just in case you guys are wondering, I do actually plan to do a video in the nearer future of how to do a quick turnaround. Because I know that a lot of flight simmers are actually taking like half an hour, 45 minutes to set an airplane up. So I'm going to show you how you can do that quite a bit faster. Alright, so all of that said and done, let's hop into the airplane and let's get this going. By the way, I am using my new microphone once again, so do give me some feedback on the quality of the audio and what you like about it and what you probably dislike about it. All of that said and done, let's finally start doing something. So, St. Maarten is a small airport with not a lot of stands available, so I do expect that they might get rather busy today. Also, looking at the weather forecast over here, we have probability 40% and temporary thunderstorms in the area, so let's definitely take a little bit of extra fuel. Looking at the plan itself, though, we are filed with San Juan back as an alternate, so in case we need to divert in San Juan, we definitely have sufficient stands available. However, for the sake of it, let's take half an hour of extra fuel, so that is going to be 2,000 pounds, just so that we have sufficient time available for a hold in case we need it. That means we'll take the suggested fuel of 10.2 and we'll make that 12.2 for the fuel that we want to take along for today's ride. Let's get our ground services going then. We'll request our fuel truck. And we don't need stairs, we've got jetways over here. We're planned at 120 passengers, and they are taking a little bit of cargo as well. So we'll do something different for once, and we'll actually load the cargo up in the aft hold today. Let's actually make that 3,500 pounds of cargo, hoping that we'll stay within the center of gravity limits here. Of course, it would be nice if we had a calculator for that, but we don't have it yet for the 700, so we'll have to do a little bit of guesswork there. Right, we're picking the airplane up in the turnaround panel state, so we'll still have to do the complete flight deck setup and everything. We can actually start with that momentarily. I just want to get the refueling going so that we don't waste any time. Alright, and as we're waiting for it, we could probably just as well do some catering. And of course, connect that jetway. By the way, just while I notice it, small change here. The IRS is not aligned and the GPWS inner light is now actually illuminated. That's just one of the many small changes that have been implemented with the latest update. By the way, don't worry about my parking skills over here. I had to slew myself over because there was somebody locked in at the position that I had chosen originally. So if I'm not parked perfectly, that's the reason why. So, the Bisno asking there, regarding the cargo, should we always fill the aft before moving to the forward compartment? Well, actually my airline is doing it the other way around. So in my airline we always fill the forward compartment before we fill the aft one. And that's because the airplane is more stable like that. And Bruno, don't worry about the pounds. We'll survive it. We'll survive it. I know it's hard for a European. But we can make it. If you want to take it easy as a European, just divide the pound number by 2, then you're around about half your kilograms. But yeah, a lot of my fans asked me to do some flying in the US and in North America generally. So I guess San Juan is approximately the closest we'll get at the moment. So why do we still have the on DC light? Please tell me that PMDG did not mess anything up here. Ah, here we go. It's just taking longer. Okay. That is fine with me. That works. I didn't have too much time to actually give the update a test as thorough as I would like to have. You can see it here. Even my IRAC is still the old one. And the reason for that is that I have been flying a lot over the past 5 days. So I had the time to kind of get into what the update is about and had 2 small, short 100-mile test flights. But that was all that I could do for this particular update. So I might be running into some new stuff every now and then on today's flight as well. Right, time to load up the FMC. Flying for United Airlines, of course we're going to use all the uplinks. And of course we're going to use some of the, let's name it, more modern stuff in the 737 today. Of course, doing that means basically one thing, and that is waiting. Well, there has to be a good reason after all why in my company we aren't using that stuff. And nonetheless, we really don't miss it, if I'm honest. The only one thing that I do miss for not having uplinks in my company is the fact that we have to listen to the voice ATIS and can't just request it. But apart from that, I don't miss those uplinks in my company. Right, so the route uplink is loading, and of course it's taking ages, but we will get there eventually. And I do have a feeling we're gonna get there quite a bit faster if I would actually... Yeah. I think from the repositioning that I did earlier on, I still had my simulator in slew mode. That might very well explain why things didn't work as fast. Right, let's see if we can find ATIS here. That would actually tell us which runway we can expect. So, 125.8. The only one thing that we cannot uplink yet in the 7.3, unfortunately.
Landing and departing runways 8 and 10. ILS approach is in use. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. Notices to air mission. Read my call runway hold short instruction. Command error in phoneme. Advise on initial contact. You have information Charlie.
So we gotta write that ATIS down while it's playing.
Policeman Yos Marin intersection airport ATIS information Charlie 1656 Zulu. 1090 at 18 gust 27. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 3,500. 6,000 scattered. 8,000 scattered. Temperature 31. 2.23. Altimeter 3000. Landing and departing runways 8 and 10. ILS approach is in use. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. Notices to air mission. Read my call runway hold short instruction.
Alright, so that's our ATIS. Pascal, why does the order sometimes flip back when you switch it on in the pre-flight? That's because the IRS is not aligned yet. Or because the IRS is not switched on at all yet. Basically, once you have set it to align, then it is gonna work, but you'll have to set it to align first. Right, let's actually have a little bit of fun and use the VOR approach today, shall we? Still gotta figure out which one it is gonna be, but we can do that in flight when we are talking to our traffic control and can ask them. That's probably gonna make things a little bit easier. So, are they fueling yet? No, they are not doing anything yet. Oh boy, of course, earlier on the stream I talked about doing quick turnarounds, and then I forget to start pressing the refueling button. Of course, things like these always have to happen to me, yeah? But it's gotta be fun after all. It's gotta be fun. So, 5.9 on the reserves, and 108.90 fuel, and flight level 250. Cruise wind 131 at 9. And the transition altitude, I think, actually is 18,000 over here. Let's have a look at the departure chart. 18,000. Alright, and since it's such a short flight, well, no, we can actually uplink the descent winds. I haven't said anything, but what we can enter already is the destination altimeter setting, 1017, it's gonna be at Juliana. Alright, do we have an engine out SID? Let's have a look. We'll take TJSJ, runway 08 for now, Sierra 1 intersection, dry runway. So, maintain 078 to 25 miles and hold. Okay, that's easy. No, let's do it that way. TJSJ /25. And then we'll climb 3000, that's gonna keep us safe above the MSA, since we're basically going out straight towards the water. Okay, route data uplink. Yeah, that's probably the one we had earlier on. Then let's do the quick flight deck pre-flight procedure over here. So, yaw damper on, nav transfer display switches normal and auto. Fuel will take the pumps on, check the cross feed valve, make sure that it's working. And on here everything's normal. Still refueling, so the fasten belts are going to stay off for now. Electric hydraulic pumps can go on, windshield heat on. We want to see the temperature in the passenger cabin. And note that this one is in Fahrenheit here on the United. aircraft, so don't be surprised if you see 100 degrees up there. Flight alt 250, Juliana is at 0 elevation. I've noticed one thing, that I'm probably gonna topple over a couple of times, and that you are probably going to notice on my streams as well. At the moment, where I've streamed exclusively the 700s, you have mostly seen the, let's call it old school setup of the aircraft. So, the Honeywell MCP, the analog standby instruments, the old landing lights, etc. Once we are getting the 800, that is gonna change, because then we can fly all the modern stuff. And I'm really looking forward to that, I have to say. Of course, it's a simulator, we can do anything we like to, but if we have real-life airline options available, then I like to use them as well. For example, just while I'm turning on everything on the EFIS control panel, I noticed that there are no range rings in the United aircraft. And I have to say, I haven't flown a 737 without those rings in years. Probably I've actually never flown them yet. So, that's really the nice thing when you're using the real-life options here. You're just being surprised all the time. And you always get to see something new. How do you guys do it? Do you just take the same configuration all over? Do you just take the default configuration, or how are you doing it? Found no nickname. That's a good question there. Where's the push to talk button on the radio in the 737-400? To be honest, with a 400, I just have to assume that it's similar than it is in the next generation, and you have several push to talks. You have one on the audio control panel down here. You have the RT key, so like this. That's a push to talk. Then on the back of the control column, let's see. We have it over here. There's a two-way switch on the back here. If you key the upper one, that is going to transmit on the radio. And finally, we have our glare shield button up here, the mic button. That is also a push-to-talk key that we have in the 737. So, fuel's on board. Boarding is well on the way. The loading is done in the aft. And the aircraft has not toppled over. That's important. That's going to be something very interesting, especially when we get to the 737-800s and the 900s. In the 900s and in the 800s, there is actually a very good chance when you are doing jetway boarding and the front half of the plane is empty, but there are still passengers, lots of passengers in the back, that there is a good chance that the airplane might just topple over and do a tail strike on the gate, so to say. Alright, so that's everything done over here. Then, what else can we do? Well, we can start with our pre-flight briefing. So, threats for the departure. I have to say I'm not too familiar with the Caribbean way of air traffic control. I believe San Juan is still pretty similar to the United States. And then St. Maarten, to be honest, I'm not that familiar with it. So, we'll have to see how that is going to go out. Well, anyway, apart from that, I don't see any particular threats for our departure today. Then let's go ahead and do a route check. So, here we are. And as always, I can't overemphasize the importance of doing the route checks correctly. Alright, let's go ahead. We're going from Tango Juliet Sierra Juliet to Tango November Charlie Mike, and we are the Uniform Alpha Lima 2022. The routing is via the Jets 1 departure towards Slugo, direct Avarki, and from there we're going to join the VOR approach. For now, I'm just going to join those up, and we'll have to take care of it afterwards. Ground distance 178 versus a planned distance of 180. That fits perfectly. We have a reserve of 5.9 pounds. And we are estimated to be there at 9.6, so that gives us around about an hour extra fuel by the time we get to St. Maarten. Again, on an event like this, on a Sunday, I would very much expect this to happen. That we are going to get holdings and delays. So that's pretty much this done. Let's go ahead then. We have a UTC time of 1741. The altimeter is at 3000, reading about 10 feet. MFRA is going to be 1010. Flight directors are on, minus master, and the standby instruments are set. It's going to be a left sea takeoff from runway 08 or runway 10. We'll have to see which of the two we are going to get. Using most likely flaps 1, noise abatement 2, and we have no specials. Emergencies. Above 80 knots, I'll only reject for fire warning, engine failure, predictive wind chill warning, aircraft unable or unsafe to fly. If I call stop, I'll simultaneously close the thrust lever and disengage the auto throttle. I'll apply maximum manual braking, verify operation of the RTO auto brakes, manually raise the speed brake lever and apply maximum reverse thrust. When the aircraft comes to stop, we'll set the parking brake. And if you call stop, I know if the brakes on speed, call speed brakes up, call speed brakes up, and thrusters normal up, normal indications. Go 100 knots, 8 knots, 6 knots, and the runway distance remaining. Verify your actions, call in emissions, I call auto brake disarm, and select flaps 40 when the parking brake has been set and advise ATC of the reject. We then identify the failure and carry out any drills as appropriate. If we decide to evacuate the aircraft, we do the evacuation checklist. If time permits, we'll pull the yellow-colored CVR circuit breaker, grab the lid, and then we get out. If the call before we want to keep going, there will be no actions below 400 feet, except to cancel your warnings and raise the line gear with a positive rate. 400 feet, verify heading select, and we carry out the memory items. At the MFRA, buck up and retract the flaps on schedule. Flaps up, no lights, select level change, max continuous thrust, engage the automatics, non-normal checklist, and then we'll decide on the further course of action. Okay, then let's go ahead and have a look at the charts. So, we definitely need this one and this one. So we're parking over here on Charlie... Where is it? Can't actually see the marking right now. So let's do it that way then. On Charlie 7. So that's just over here. Pushback is most likely going to be a straight pushback, I guess. Because I'm just too dumb to handle the pushback tool properly. Then we'll most likely taxi out via November. And November and Sierra for runway 08, or November and Hotel for runway 10, either of the two. Most likely runway 08, I guess. The departure is the Jets 1 departure, that is on a chart over here. What is it? 10-3 Foxtrot. From the 16th November 2018. Transition altitude is 18,000 versus 18,001 on the FMC. Initial climb, altitude 5,000 feet, unless assigned lower altitude. We have 5,000 up here, and we can also put 5,000 in the FMC over here. So, for our routing then. Turn left, heading 060 for vectors, to intercept Sierra Juliet Uniform Radial 080 to Jets. Okay, that's fairly easy. So then we're going to put Radial 080 on the courses. Sierra Juliet Uniform 114.0 is active on the radios. And that's pretty much all we need. So straight at 400 feet, left turn out with a heading. And that's it. Alright, so that is pretty much this completed. Then let's do our checklists. Services and trucks, checked. Maintenance status is checked. Batteries, on. Electric hydraulic pumps, on. Landing gear lever, down. Ship's library, checked. IRS mode selectors, nav. Gear pins, 1, 2, 3, removed. Probe covers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, removed. Light test. I promised you I would forget about something. Always the same. Happens on every live stream. Never ever in the real aircraft, but on every live stream. So, light test checked. Oxygen. Let's test it 100%. Yaw damper on. Nav transfer and display switches normal and auto. Fuel. Let's actually have a look at the fuel we're going to take then. So we're planned at 10,194. We have 12,200 pounds on board with 4 pumps on. Galley power on. Emergency exit lights armed. Fasten belts on. Window heat on. Air condition and pressurization. PAX auto bleeds on set. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Instruments. Thrust check. Auto brake. RTO. So hydraulics. Normal. Speed brake. Down detent. Parking brake. Set. Stabilizer trim cutout switches. Normal. Wheel by fire warning. Checked. Radius, radar and transponder. Standby. Rudder and aileron trims. 3 and 0. Takeoff briefing. Discussed. And holding at the PA. Alright. Let's actually get our IFR clearance before we do the takeoff calculation. Well, or not. There's currently only a tower online. They're probably going to get more ATC very shortly, but let's wait until the event has officially started. Then let's just guesstimate that it's going to be runway 08 for now. So, the loading and everything is finished as far as I can see. The APU is started. We can actually start cooling down our cabin a little bit, because it is definitely getting a bit hot over here. What's this? Something not working with the power over here? No, looks like the APU generator isn't working, is it? Nope, it's not. Oh boy. Okay, we know what that means. A faulty panel state, of course, but that's not the question. It means starting an engine on stand. Right, so things have just complicated a little bit with the APU generator being offline. So, yeah, well, not a lot we can do about it now then. Then we'll have to start an engine on stand. Okay, so let's go ahead with the performance then. We have 111.1 versus 108.9. That's quite a difference actually, but I took a bit more cargo as well. We do have plenty of extra fuel, so that's not going to be a problem, but we'll probably have to adjust our cruise level with ATC. Alright, so we're going to take it like this. So, we'll take Sierra 1 intersection, the wind 080 at 18, gust 27. Well, we'll take 080 at 18 then, temperature 31, and the altimeter... I can only enter hectopascals on the performance tool right now, can I? Or can I change this already? I think I should be able to change it. Yeah, here we go. Let's go Imperial then for this one. Well, except for the temperatures. I don't want to use Fahrenheit. No. Hybrid one. Yeah, that's better. That is better. Okay, so San Juan 08. Let's calculate Sierra 2 because why not? A little bit windy, but runway should be dry. Latest wind 090 at 17. The temperature is 31 and the altimeter 2998 now. We'll take optimum flap calculation as well. That's interesting. 26k full. What made the OPT want to do that? What if I force it into flap 1? Oh, full 26. Why is that? Did I mess up my settings just now? I probably did. Give me my takeoff settings. That should be fine. Okay. Well, interesting then. Of course, I deleted my settings again. Let's just try Sierra 1 intersection, see if it does any different calculations. Because it does seem a little bit over the top to use full engine power. Ah. Okay, I know why it's doing it. It does make a lot of sense if you enter a takeoff weight. It certainly does. Okay, then we can calculate Sierra 2 as well. 22k, 62 degrees. And optimum flaps, what is it giving us? 1. 22k, 56 degrees. Yeah, that sounds about a bit more like it. I knew there was something wrong. just took a short while to figure out what it was. All right. Just see a couple comments there. Adeline Tudor, what's the ICAO code of the departure airport? It's Tango Juliet, Sierra Juliet. And then, Khan, is this a group flight? Well, it was intended as one, but I have a feeling that, it's not too many people at the moment, so we'll just take it as a single. Alright, so that's pretty much everything done over here, so I tend to say we are good to go now. So the APU generator being broken is something annoying, but nothing happening here, so we're gonna stay on the ground power for now. So that's something really annoying, but it gives me the opportunity to show you guys how the crossbleed start actually works, so we'll take it as a chance. And of course it means that we've got to request the air start unit. So let's get that to the aircraft now. And then, interestingly enough, it's still only tower online, but well, I don't care. Let's get our clearance from tower then, because we do want to get going. I have a feeling if we arrive very late in St. Maarten, then we're probably just not going to get in because the airport's just going to be full. So, let's go for it now and see what's going to happen.
And Eastern 20, description 291, contact departure 118.150, goodbye.
Over to departure 118.15, Eastern 291, so long, thanks.
Alpha, good afternoon, United 2022 Information Delta requesting clearance to St. Maarten.
Yeah, 2022, good day to you, sir. Someone power clear to the Juliana Airport, Jet 1 departure, Flugo transition that is filed, maintain 5,000, expect for level 250, 1 minute after departure, departure against D118.15, squawk 3312.
United 2022 is cleared to the destination via the Jets 1 departure Slugo transition. Maintain 5,000, expect 250 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 118.15, squawk 3313.
2022, all the correct sir, its squawk is 3312, 3312.
3312 on the squawk, United 2022.
Yeah, 2022, feedback correct, altimeter 29908, expect runway 8, course taxi.
Altimeter 29998, expect runway 8, and for your information we need to start up one engine on stand.
That's totally fine with me, mate.
Roger. Right, so we've got...
yeah, 65 Victor wind...
so we've got our approval here to start the engine on stand, so let's actually go ahead then. And the evil Cookie 01 update broke the APU. Well, I don't think it did, because I used the APU earlier on another flight, so yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. So, air start unit is connected.
Gold transport.
And you know what, we'll just shut the APU down totally then. Otherwise we might just break something in the aircraft here. Alright, so let's finish up with the checklist then. It's going to be the PA, complete, FMC CDU, set, M1IS box, automatic, reduced 22K, speeds 293032. Stab trim, 4.4 units, performance weight and balance, sign sent, phones off, EFB, airplane mode stowed, flight awareness and cockpit door, locked, doors closed, and passengers are seated before start checks complete. So, we do have dock pressure over here. Then, let's get out the FCOM and actually start doing the checklist. Just give me a second, because I had definitely not prepared the FCOM with the checklist, because this was actually not intended to do the external air start. But it's always nice to get a little surprise, isn't it? So, just a second. Trying to find that FCOM actually. course, when you're looking for something, you will never ever find it, and then when you don't look for something, then you're going to run into it like 1,000 times. But we'll be there eventually, in a moment.
Charlie Echo, Sierra 1924. I clicked on the request number.
Right, so, found it. So let's actually go ahead with the checklist then. Starting with ground, air source, AC electrical power available checklist. So, we'll read over the checklist first and then we'll do it second. Engine number 1 must be started first. When cleared to start, APU bleeder switch off. Engine number 1 start accomplished, use normal start procedures. And if the external power is used, once the engine start is complete, generator number 1 switch on. After start, select generator 1 switch on prior to removing external power. Okay, so let's do the before start procedures then. And the before start checklist. That's the air complex off, anti-collision light on, parking brake set, transponder alt off. Before start checklist complete. So, starting with ground air source. Engine number 1 must be started first. When clear to start, APU bleeder switch off. That's off. Engine number 1 start accomplished. Use normal start procedures. Okay. Starting engine 1.
194, United 5 Victor here.
So we've got N2.
And
Panama Tower, November 368 for Quebec, holding short runway 8.
Number 3684.
All pressure.
Land weight runway 8.
N1.
Land up at 8, land up at weight, runway 8, and a brake for Quebec.
Tower, Delta 923, ready to
Valves
check.
are moving properly. And the engine is slowly starting up. If you're using the external air card, the engine start can take a little bit longer, and that's because the external unit might just not have as much power available. You see it connected over here.
Set for takeoff runway 8, and a brake for Quebec.
And we have starter cutout. Monitor number 1. Number 1 is stable, so generator on. PMDG, why are you doing this to me? Oh, the generator isn't coming on either. Let's quickly go over the panel. Have we done anything wrong? Is the generator actually working?
3367.
In fact, it looks like there is nothing working on the electrical system.
Probably
broke it completely, didn't we? Just for the fun of it, let's put the standby power off, see what's gonna happen. Nothing. Okay, then we have an issue with our panel state. Use the default state here, so I don't quite know why this is happening now. How are we gonna go about this?
6367, my bad. Carribean 6267.
663 is confirmed. 3367.
3367, Carribean 626.
Carribean 623, read back correct, altimeter 2998, so...
Yeah, I think we have no chance but to load another panel state.
2998, on with the right, Carribean 626.
Yeah, let's try the taxi state. Might just about have to reset the plane afterwards. But if it means our power is working, then that's good enough for me.
Charlie Echo Sierra 1924, readability 5.
So while that engine is coming on, 12200 payload is also not what we had set. So we had 108.9. Oh boy, that is what you get if you're too quick with those live streams. I should have done some more thorough testing here. But well, we've got to live with what we have, right? So quick resetting on the panels here, and then we should be able to go.
Winch Raiders, 11 Charlie, ready to taxi.
Standby number 368.
Alright, that's about it seems.
Or departure, 119.
Sorry for having to cheat here, guys. Wish I didn't have to do this, but well. So we're gonna go to 5,000 here, 078 on the heading,
417, ready for taxi.
Carribean 417, runway 8.
and
taxi via November
080
Sierra.
on the
November
horses.
and Delta, remember 08 for Carribean 417.
Carribean 417 negative, runway 8, taxi via November Sierra.
Sorry about that, November and Sierra on 08, Carribean 417.
I'm gonna do a quick
Right,
setup
Southwest,
on the
Charlie,
here
you
as
called
well.
AFM, ready for taxi, we can accept
And we're gonna use flap 1 we
set.
set.
Possible.
Support was 3312.
Charlie, that's runway 8 via Sierra 2.
Alright. And
Runway 8,
114.0.
Sierra 2, French West, 11 Charlie.
Alright, so
996, ready for taxi.
now I've got to be careful here with the
runway 8, taxi via November 3 and November
setup.
Sierra.
So let's do our before taxi checks then. Generators on, APU off, start switches continues, probe beat on, anti-ice off, air conditioning, max auto bleeds on, isolation off, auto, flaps, 1 required, 1 selected, entry light, step trim, 4.4 set, start levers, idle trim, fire controls checked, recall checked, before taxi checks complete. Okay, let's see if we can still get our pushback then.
Charlie 8.
Of course I wouldn't be surprised if we could not. But let's give it a try, let's see what happens.
Give way to 2 French West A3 20 left and right. Sorry.
Roger, we'll give way to the A320 set for 96.
Can we?
And I lost entry call in again.
Come on.
American 845.
American 845, clear to the Juliana Airport.
No we can't. Oh man. Sometimes I don't get why add-ons are so unflexible, like, you need to start an engine on stand and the pushback tool doesn't work anymore. Lovely. Alright, then we gotta do it this way.
One departure, leave a transition.
So, you don't need pushback clearance in here,
After departure,
so we'll just have to give our clearance to ourselves. That's one of those particularities when you're flying in the US.
American 845.
But we get rid of the Carribean behind us, and then we can go. Alright, so,
Initially, after departure, flight level 270 and up to 1 minute, 119.4, American 845.
American 5 by correct Dalton, 29908, runway 8, exit runway 8, call traffic.
Altimeter 298 by runway 8, we'll go for taxi, American 845.
okay, the brakes are off.
French West, 11 Charlie, wind 090 at 17, reducing 24, runway 8, cliff takeoff.
Cliff takeoff, runway 08, French West, 11 Charlie.
Right, here we are. And Woodyak. Hope I pronounced it correctly. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at pushback helper because I need to find a proper solution for pushbacks. So I'll have a look at it.
Level 230, 108 after departure, entering the T119.4, score 3335.
Oh no, and of course there's somebody coming over just at the moment we see it. That's the mess that
3335.
keep having on a VATSIM in the US here.
But
I think if we just go a little bit shorter here, then we'll have to help ourselves out. That's really the annoying part when they don't use pushback clearances on VATSIM.
Amerijet 253 Heavy, April 6th, with Delta, like to take a bypass to Miami.
But I think he's going to be passed by the time that we're
Amerijet 253, again, 230 to Miami, carry to departure, file rate and files maintained 5 pounds, level 320, 10 minutes after departure, crossing D119.4 or 3336.
Yeah, perfect, he's gone.
Roger, swap code 3336, Amerijet 253 Heavy.
Like I said, sure every score feedback correct, so I'm 299.
Right, so pushback is complete here. Anyway,
Runway 8 and we'll cover taxi, Amerijet 253 Heavy.
we've got to stop that out. Alright, we had the checkers completed. All a little mess here, but well, finally we should be ready to go now.
French West, 012, runway 8, line up and wait.
Orlando with Delta. Line up and wait, French West 012.
United 2022, request taxi.
Yeah, 2022, confirm where you're facing, sir.
Say again?
Confirm which direction you're facing, please, north or south.
Well, we're facing towards the south-southeast, thanks to a lovely pushback tool.
Can you possibly make a 180, or is there no chance of that?
We can go any direction you like us to.
Oh, thank you very much. Runway 8, taxi November Sierra. You want to make a 180 there, I apologise.
Runway 8, via November and Sierra, United 2022. Alright. So that was lovely. So it's going to be a turn out to the right hand side there.
Charlie, it comes to departure 119.4 here.
Conflict check then. Let's see if artillery is working at least.
Charlie, comes to departure 119.4 here.
What the hell? Why is it going backwards now?
And that's for
Did the pushback tool mess up again? You may stop, my friend. Thank you. I want to go forward, not backwards.
Fair wings 1049, good AC sir. Sam on tower, wind 090 at 17, gusting 24, runway 10 to land.
runway 10 for the land, that's for wing 1049.
Sure is wind boost.
Are we? Eventually? Come on. Like this, maybe? Brakes? Something gotta be working, guys! Alright, I don't care what's behind me now. Give me thrust. Nope.
On our West 012, runway, wind 090 at 17, gusting 24, runway 8, clear takeoff.
Does it have chocks in place or
Good
something?
takeoff, French West 012.
Try to set them and remove them. Is something happening now?
To the ground, just a quick advisory, departure frequency is 119.4, if you haven't already got that noted, I recommend it.
Yeah, Wojtek, I tried the toe brakes, but it's not working. Is it FST true then? Can I reset this somehow? Probably the pushback express that didn't work earlier on.
Blue 1134, I do apologise why I can't leave you blue. I just got a flight plan in mind, these files that I can deliver.
There is a pushback truck in place. Where's that coming from?
Sorry about that, you got a pilot.
Don't remember, I do it all the time.
United 2022, we're going to take a small while, a small issue with a pushback truck blocking the plane.
Don't worry, I've been there before, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. So, where is that?
runway 8 land.
Ah!
From
That
a
it?
lap away, that is
Yeah, that's probably it. Well, so before we start moving, let's have a quick look at the settings.
American 84, Christian 8, 45.
Yeah, that's all as it's supposed to be. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen this time. So, third time. Wow, it's moving! It's moving! Unbelievable!
Go back to taxi, Carribean 6266. Quebec French West 012, contact departure 2.
Contact departure on 119.4. Good day. Thank you for the service.
Fine.
United 2022, we got it working, but you guys might need to buy a new pushback truck.
Oh, don't worry, I'll talk about the budget. So anyway, runway 8 taxi via November Sierra.
Runway 8 via November Sierra, and you can send the bill to PMDG.
I've not had the PMDG, no, but I've been stuck on a plane for real life for about 4 hours. It's stuck for it now. No joke.
Alright, so finally, we've got this to work. Then November is up here, Sierra is the second next to the left.
Confirm it's 3351.
Let's do the before takeoff checklist down to the line then.
Roger, we have 3351.
And yeah, Dave, you've been right. It was the tug from the pushback menu. So, after all, user fault, my fault, I admit it. So, before takeoff checks to the line. Conflict check, flaps 1 green light, step trim 4.4.
Just recycled it.
Set.
Have enough?
And the takeoff briefing. It's going to be a left seat takeoff, runway 8, flaps 1, noise abatement 2, and we're going straight out 400, left turn 060 radar vectors, and contact departure 1815 when advised by the tower. Emergencies are going straight out 25 miles onto the ocean, climbing to an altitude of 3,000 feet over the sea. And that's about it. Do you have any questions? No questions, it seems. Perfect. Then we are just about waiting for the cabin.
And then from FA3 on officials that you have your mode showing on your
So,
end.
slightly eventful flight here, by now, but hey, at least it's not getting boring, is it?
Take off, that's an anti-bay.
San Juan Tower, JetBlue 1134 ready for IFR planes to Orlando with Delta.
JetBlue 1134, Grace to San Juan Tower, you're cleared to the Orlando Airport, Cody 3 departure.
By the way, is it just me or is it
level 380, 10 minutes after departure, departure frequency 119.4.
Is it just me or are a lot of the guys actually going towards the continental United States here and not towards St. Martin? Would kind of have expected the big run on St. Martin,
JetBlue
and that's it then. But
it doesn't seem to happen. 3 departure, software transition as filed. Maintain 5,000, expect flight level 380, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 119.4, squawk 3344.
JetBlue 1134, read back correct call with taxi Alvin 29908, expect runway.
But Matthias, if you push beyond the ramp, then you have to get pushback clearance, even in VATSIM USA, because that's ATC business and not ramp business. Yeah, thanks for the information. It is a little bit confusing when you're used to European ATC and then, you know, in the US it's like totally different.
Clear to the same as St. Martin by the Jets on departure, Lugo transition and a file, maintain 5,000, expect level 250, 1 minute after departure.
So, number 3 for departure, make it 2 minutes per aircraft, so we're looking at about 4 minutes delay.
Clear to St. Martin via the Jet 1 departure, Lugo transition into altitude climb 5,000 feet, Jet 8250, 10 minutes at departure. Departure frequency 119.4, squawk 33.
You know, on this flight, for a split second before I set the parking brake, I was like, should I really set it? Or with today being today, is that just gonna mean that everything's gonna get worse and worse? I don't know.
Alright, November Sierra.
I kinda lost confidence in today's simulator session. I don't know. Elias, where does one control radio volume on the 737? That's on the audio control panel, right here. Those switches which are set to the middle by PMDG. In real life you turn them left and right to set the volume back to 1.5.
8 line up and away Eastern 992.
By the way, didn't I put the guard frequency in here?
Delta 634.
Probably didn't.
Delta request divert clearance, Atlanta.
Well, 634, we're 83rd, San Juan Tower, you cleared the Atlanta Airport, Cody 3 departure, Baffo transition and files, maintain 5,000, expect level 340, 1 minutes after departure.
Oh, hey Dennis, greetings to Ecuador. Really nice to see people from all around the world here.
Delta 634 cleared to Atlanta, County 3 departure, Sapo transition, initial climb 5,000, departure frequency 119.4.
Delta 634, you expect Delta 29908, expect runway 8, call factory.
Tower, hello, UPS 327 Heavy with information sent to Louisville.
UPS 327, the police will step through also just calling standby, UPS 327, pass message.
Yep, we have information sent to Louisville.
UPS 327, you cleared to Louisville, Cody for departure, holiday that's filed, maintained at 5,000, expect level 340, 10 minutes after departure, departure frequency 119.4, squawk 3317.
Alright, clear to Louisville, County 3, Paladie is filed 5,000, 340 and 10, departure 1196, 3316 from the squawk for UPS 327 Heavy.
UPS 327 Heavy, we've got correct Dolphin 2908, runway correct, runway 8, call taxi, break, Eagle 906, positive to your weight, wind 090 at 17, costing 24, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
8 clear for takeoff, Eastern 996.
And for Delta 493, can I go to departure?
Delta 493, contact departure 2.
Over departure, see it, Delta 493.
That's like the one phraseology that I like so much in the US, like,
Omega 223L,
over to departure, see ya.
Taxi.
Well, from Germany, you're like, United 2022, Frankfurt Tower identified, contact Langen radar 120.150.
Roger, runway 8, what's active via November 3, Hotel Alpha Sierra,
Amerijet 8.
I've had one flight in the original 737 beta, or in the original BBJ beta, where I did a flight from Los Angeles to Frankfurt in the BBJ. I stood there at the holding point. There was an F-18 fighter in the Patron, and they just went like, United 2022 traffic information, there's an F-18 in the Patron. And the answer's just, hell yeah. Gotta love it, man.
November 2 Hotel, requesting I-5 clearance to Princess Juliana, aircraft type Princess TJSJ-TNCM. We are at land.
So, everyone talking over one another again? That's not how it's gonna work. So, people start coming out now, but we are right at the beginning of the rush. That's probably very good. And well, if we have a little bit of time here waiting anyway, then we might as well just have a look at the departure, at the arrival charts, and just use about the time that we have available to determine which one we want to take. So, we said we want to do the VR approach over at St. Maarten, coming in from Sligo. So let's see, is it Uluba 1? Probably is then.
417 line up and wait.
Let's see, VR X-ray Zulu.
Frontier Flight 120.
It's gotta be the Zulu then.
7 miles out, inbound, runway 10.
So let's put that in while we have the time. VR Zulu, Uluba 1, from Sligo. And that should take us towards Uluba.
Runway 10, Frontier Flight 120.
996 airborne.
We're gonna take Sligo.
Eastern 996, come to departure to you.
Where's Savaki actually?
Departure Eastern 9.
I don't know. We'll just take Sligo after Sligo. And then Uluba.
One Tower, Delta 295 is information Delta. We're ready to copy our IFR clearance.
Well, that's gotta be it then. Distance is now 181. Right, this guy's going.
Maintain 5,000, expect level 230. 1 minute after departure, frequency 119.4.
By the way, guys, notice where he came to a stop on the lineup, and notice where the taxiway is. That's what I'm always saying, that you should not follow that yellow line here, which is for vacating the runway, when you're actually supposed to use the maximum runway allowance that you have available for taxiing onto the runway.
5, reback crest stop in 2998, expect runway 8, full status.
That's exactly what I'm always saying, like, if he started his acceleration over here, he will probably have like 20 knots by the moment he reaches the point where he actually is right now.
Runway 8, clip takeoff, Carribean 417.
Yeah, 2022, runway 8, land wait.
That 2022, runway 8, land wait. Okay, so... runway 8, line up and wait.
Show me landing code.
Before takeoff, check this below the line. MCP, set, transponder.
Frontier Flight 120.
TARA, strobe lights on, holding landing
Have you
lines.
received your landing code?
Hey, friend, we were clear to land 10.
Brilliant, sorry, this is my memory code of it. Sorry, yes, sir.
San Juan Tower, November 172, Sierra.
I see this number 777 Golf One.
So, if we compare it now, this is where I lined up versus the taxiway here, and you stood here. So that's quite a bit of runway there.
Tower, Skyhawk, November 172.
So we've got the other guy landing on runway 10, and as soon as he's landed, we are probably going to get our clearance on runway 8 here. Departure frequency is preset 1815. That should pretty much be all.
Good afternoon, November 843 Charlie Alpha with you, 847, looking at pick up our IFR clearance.
Number 843 Charlie Alpha, good day to you. You clear to the Mike Tango Papa via San Diego. Question. Stand by, clear the request, number 1.
So the other guy should probably be down by now. And it does get crowdy at the holding point, so hopefully we're gonna get our clearance any moment.
Apologies, San Juan Tower, November 777 Golf.
All left to the ground, stand by, just 1 minute.
So everyone's standing by, probably they're coordinating something, or the ground controller is coming online, the tower is telling him now what's going on before he's handing the aircraft over. That's probably what's happening right now, and why we're waiting.
Right, November 777 Golf. I assume you was in a Cessna 172. Confirm the call time, please.
Yes, November 777 Golf.
November 777 Golf. Great. United 2022 wind 090 at 17 cutting 24, runway 8 clear takeoff.
2022, runway 8 clear takeoff. Okay, landing lights on before takeoff checklist complete.
Flight 120 vacated 10.
Timing.
The Charlie Concourse.
Frontier Flight 120.
Stabilized.
Charlie Concourse.
So take a thrust.
Taxi left, number 3, number.
Left November 3, November to the Charlie Concourse, Frontier Flight 120.
And let's take a thrust set, indications normal. Check.
Right, number 843 Charlie Alpha. I'll have you cleared when you're ready. True, 47, stand by, sorry. Remember 843 Charlie Alpha, I have you cleared when you're ready.
Go ahead for 43 Charlie Alpha.
Number 843 Charlie Alpha,
get up.
cleared to Mike, thank you for Papa Airport.
Got a rate.
Route 2, those files maintain 5,000, expect flight 430.
So, 400 feet, left 060.
119.4, score 3377.
We're 3 Charlie Papa, we are cleared for Crescent Charlie Alpha. We are cleared
plug up.
Mike Tango Papa. Review of our radar vectors in this file. Time maintain 5,000 initial, 430, 10 minutes after. Departures 119.4, squawking 4377.
Heading select.
3377, that squawk.
I'm sorry, revise the squawk.
And come on, hey.
3377, sir.
Flaps up.
3377 on the frame.
Flaps going up.
Your number 843 Charlie Alpha, reback correct, expect runway 8 altitude 299, right? Forward taxi, rate United 2022, contact departure 6.
United 2022, over to departure, see ya. Right, that's 1815 then.
Okay, and now let's see. We are on 1263, climb and maintain front of 300.
Fly, maintain 300.
Flaps up for light. Vina.
San Juan Center today, Carribean 417 with you 10,000.
Off the takeoff checklists.
Carribean 417.
While we're waiting for Chance to call departure.
Not climb and maintain front of 210.
Do not exceed 270 knots and up to flight level 210 for Caribbean 417.
On the go. Subline get afternoon, United 2022, 41, climbing 5.
And then 2022, where you sent over to San Juan Center.
We've got your frequency from the departure rates.
Alright, you should be with departure on 19.4.
19.4, tower might have to update the ITIS then. Thanks. Okay, so 19.4. Departure United 2022, heading 060, maintaining 5,000.
Yeah, 2022 San Juan departure radar contact, clear direct jets, maintain 10,000.
Jets, maintain 10,000, United 2022. Okay, set. 10,000 is checked. Lina. Then on towards jets, execute. LNAV available. And LNAV.
Victor Papa Lima Echo India, San Juan departure radar contact.
And alternate event.
BFR.
So now we're climbing N1 LNAV of speed.
On navigation via Forden, at or below 2,400, Victor Papa Lima Echo with you. Sir, I'm getting a contact from San Juan Center on 11815.
Yeah, I'll hand them over to you. Stand by 1 second.
Right, so now we're going. Just gonna make sure we're not going too fast. Especially too fast upwards. So let's actually use VS already. 3,000 to go. Almost. And about 2,000 to go.
Requesting flight following.
So not a lot happening here it seems, but that's good for us. I mean, we could hear on the previous sector already that it was rather busy, so I'm quite happy.
22 contact San Juan Center 18.15 today.
1815, United 2022, good day.
Carribean 178, turn.
Right, 1815. Top 1 Center, hello again, United 2022, 9.1, kilometer 10.
United 2022, San Juan Center, do not exceed 270 knots after passing 10,000, climb and maintain flight level 250.
United 2022, climb maintain level 250, do not exceed 270 knots.
French first 11 Charlie.
Right, let's go for it. 250 is set. Let's see what we have on the cruise page.
French first 11 Charlie, Joy approach 128.905.
And for the climb is going to be 270 maximum.
138.905.
Altimeters, passing 10, climbing 250, 10 checks.
28.905.
Close balanced with 4 pumps on, the lights are going off,
28.95,
APU off, air conditioning pressurization 4.2, climbing set, fast modes auto. Recall checked and monitoring 21.5. That's the 10 checks complete.
Heading 210 fast, you can see to the right.
We can set standard already.
150 feet.
San Juan Center, good evening. Victor Papa
and full climb thrust.
India VF4 out of Tortola for...
I have to keep an eye on our cruise speed now.
The VF4.
Most likely it's going to be slower than 270 anyway, but still we've got to be careful that by the time it switches over we don't exceed 270.
5,500, thank you. Proceed on course, Victor Papa Lima.
And Bruno, that was a quick rotation, yeah. Initially it was too slow, and then at the end it was a little bit too quick. That's just because steering the plane in the simulator is just, I don't know. It really misses the force feedback that you have on the real one.
To contact Juliana approach 128.905.
Contact approach 128.905.
So that's our top of descent approaching over there already.
Good day.
Triple 152, turn right.
So we might as well just have a look at the arrival already and start a little bit of a setup there.
Right, heading 240, speed 254, JetBlue 152.
That's the thing if you're doing these small flights like we're doing right now. You just never get, it just never gets boring. So, courses 096 either sides. And then 113.0.
Eagle 996 will do
13.0, 13.0. Minimums. We'll take 500 feet. Right, 500 it is, and the rings are going to be around the runway 10 with 10 miles and 4 miles. And for the descent, we'll just update the forecast here. Hey Steve, nice to see you here in the comments. Yeah, busy testing the 600. Tried as well today, but you can see what happened. Obviously, I'm not going to go into details on the stream here, but back to the 700 until we get the next update.
JetBlue 152, turn left heading 180.
That's 180 for JetBlue 152.
Yeah, Bruno, definitely. If you feel the forces of the control column in the rotation, or generally when flying, it's so much easier to fly when you actually feel the weight and feel the G-forces. Like, there are so many simmers flying 250 knots or faster, and I see them pulling turns, and I'm just thinking, if you do that in a real airplane, some passengers are surely going to get a heart attack, and others, well, I don't want to say anybody's just gonna go die from it, but it will surely get close.
Eastern 996, you should be maintaining flight level 2.
Alright, so let's have a look at the arrival then. We have the Yuluba 1 arrival, going from Slugo towards the Radial 276 M12 St. Martin VOR and eventually towards Uluba. From there we'll fly the VOR Zulu approach runway 10 with the frequencies of 113.0 active on both radios, course is 096. Let's go to vertical speed for a second here. Right, airport elevation is 14 with 0 selected up here now. Missed approach, track 180, climbing to 4000, passing 2600 within 10 dm and left, direct Papa Juliet Mike and hold. Alright, so that's fairly easy. For the approach itself then, we'll start at 1600 feet only, so rather low, at the waypoint Diva.
For JetBlue 152.
In here we have a Debier, 3-degree glide, and that's going to give us a descent rate of about 750 feet a minute, down to the minimums of 500. If we want to have at least flaps 5 out by the time we pass the 10-mile ring, and then we want to be fully configured by the time we pass Debier, as we'll fly the approach in vertical speed rather than VNAV today. Apart from that, we have some crossing altitudes up here. Provided we have the PAPI inside, we don't need to call any of them. If we don't have the PAPI, well, then we need to make the call-outs. And eventually then, we see the runway, recycle the flight directors, land. If we don't see the runway, well, go around as we have just briefed. FMC setup is 250 below 10,000, forecast page is filled out, rings runway 10, 10 miles, 4 miles. And for the FMC we have Debier, we have the missed approach on the 180 degree track. Within 10 DME, not sure why they put a 7-mile point in here, probably due to the turn to make sure that you remain within the 10 miles. And then left to the VOR count of 4,000 feet, that's what we have in here as well. So we're going to burn 1,100 pounds, give me 119.6. That's the landing weight. We're going to do flap 30 landing out of this. Runway isn't too long, so we'll use Autorex 3 for it. For the runway itself, 2,300 meters, we have a turn pad over here that we'll try to aim for. And then we'll vacate via Charlie or Delta, I guess. And then we'll have to see where they are going to park us. Might be at the terminal, might as well be on an outside stand. Neither of them would surprise me.
2022, turn left heading 030 for sequencing.
2022, confirm 030.
Affirm.
Roger, how long's the delay going to be?
It's just a short delay.
Roger.
It's just to make some space in between you and the aircraft that's coming in.
We can just slow down as well if that helps you.
It's not going to have too many aircraft behind you coming as well.
Okay. So 90-degree off track. That's happening only on VATSIM. That is stuff you see only on VATSIM. Being turned 90 degrees off track for sequencing.
Carribean Event level 2305. Carribean TJSJ-TNCM.
Well, anyway. That's why we took the extra fuel, because I anticipated something like this would happen, even though I rather expected holdings than going out like this. Anyway, approach briefing is complete, let's run the descent checklist. Pressurization, land out 0, any eyes off, approach pre-fuel discussed, IS and outbox, checked and set, descent checklist complete.
American 845, tell us setting 030 for sequencing.
030, American 845.
Eagle Eastern 996, confirm direct Lugo.
Sorta. We're heading 110 to intercept the 160 radio to St. Maarten. So it'll be about a 10-mile offset, potentially due to wind, but that's the best we can do.
Alright, just check your route. Your route says from Slugo to the Aluba 1 arrival, so please direct Slugo.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if we can get an arrival latest.
Should be now 417 direct
Should be on 12765.
Caribbean Airlines 417 direct.
Area navigation and visual approach in view. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. Command error in phoneme.
Caribbean 417, direct Lugo.
Princess Juliana intersection airport native information Bravo 1800. Surface wind 070 degrees, 11 knots, varying between 030 and 110 degrees. Visibility 0 kilometers or more. Clouds scattered 1,800 feet. Temperature plus 30. Dew point plus 24. QNH101.
Out of 2022, direct Slugo. Did you guys hear something? Did I miss him on the radio? Because I heard him talk to the Carribean all the time, but not to me.
At and maintain flight level 110-210 knots.
Descend and maintain level 110 over Lugo and 321 knots for Caribbean 417.
Hey Mikolai, nice to see you in the comments there.
American 845, direct Lugo.
That's Lugo, American 845.
United 2022, descent across Lugo at and maintain flight level 110-210 knots.
United 2022, descend and maintain 110 to reach at Slugo. Confirm you want us to slow down 210 knots now or at Slugo?
At Slugo.
At Slugo. Alright, that's set. 110. Yeah, you want us to go down now, so let's go ahead. Alternate event. And then at Slugo, 210 knots. Let's put that in.
Eastern 996, best rate down.
For the speed, let's use something slow.
That's right.
Because that is going to make it a little bit easier with the guys in front of us. So 245 knots is probably going to do. Restrictions 270 or less, so we can very well do this.
American 845, descent across Lugo at and maintain flight level 110-210 knots.
Descent to maintain 110 at Lugo, 210 knots, American 845.
It's Ryanair 952 Romeo and a Boeing 736 at flight level 150 approaching Gouda. Actually, just into Maarten.
Romeo San Juan Center, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, Ryanair 952 Romeo.
Did I just hear Ryanair here? Mate, that's the wrong side of the pond.
Who's calling from lower?
Delta 683.
Delta 683 descends across. Okay, I'm gonna change the route. From present position, direct Gouda, Golf Oscar. Actually, you know what? Disregard that. Delta 683, tell us heading at 040, vectors for descent.
040 heading 53. Sam, Walk Control, good evening, Amerijet 253 Heavy with you, climbing
So, let's see where this is going. I'm just setting up the return flight as well, by the way.
Climb and maintain flight level 3.
Just to be sure we have all of that ready by the time that we get down.
San Juan, Victor, Papa Lima, Echo India.
Victor, Papa Lima, Echo India. Go ahead.
Sir, step away 2 minutes.
To send you over to Julia approach.
Getting there slowly. Let's see what the progress is saying. Yeah, 20 minutes to go. We have to be aware. At Slugo, we have to confirm our routing for the arrival because the stars would start over there. It's going to be interesting if they say maximum 210 knots at Slugo already. That means that we'll have to slow down pretty early, and in the end we can just hope that the guy in front of us is going to be backtracking and vacating the runway quickly enough. That's the big issue on arrival events at St. Maarten. Basically, in most other airports you can just create a spacing of like 3.5 miles or something, and that's going to work perfectly fine. But at St. Maarten you need a lot more, because the aircraft have to backtrack, so you're looking at something at least 7 or 8 miles or so. And then of course it will come down to the speed at which flight simmers are taxiing. In real life, when we're backtracking a runway, we are going at 200, no, we're going at 50 knots, 50.
128.95.
And then we're going at 50 knots, so we can vacate the runway rather quickly. But in flight simulation, many chaps just go 10 or 15 knots even when backtracking the runway, and that can seriously block the runway for like 2 or 3 minutes extra. And we've seen how much traffic there was in San Juan that's going into St. Maarten, and I checked on VATSIM earlier on. There was a little bit of other traffic as well going there. A couple of guys flying over from Europe on long haul, others coming from the continental United States. So they are going to be really full today. So runway usage is essential for the event, and making sure that you have minimum runway occupancy time. And then of course minimum time on the apron as well, especially if you're doing a turnaround like we are going to do, and they only have like 8 or 9 stands that they can put aircraft on. So we've just really got to hurry when we're on the ground to make sure that we're going to go back as quickly as possible to free the stand for other aircraft. Nikemo, what's the meaning of the trip part of the trip diagonal cruise alt? That's on the performance inner page. That's basically the highest altitude that you can achieve on the trip. So if that reads, for example, level 230 on short flight, then 230 is the maximum economical level that you should climb to. However, you have to be aware that depending on the weather conditions, it might make sense just to stay a little bit lower as well. Like, if the trip sets, for example, level 230, but Simbri files at flight level 190, then I would probably just stay at flight level 190. First of all, it makes your cruise flight a little bit longer, and secondly, it's not going to use much more fuel. While at the same time, the engines will operate at the same temperature for a longer time, because you're in cruise without many power changes, which in turn increases engine life as well.
2407, San Juan
So
Center,
the
descend
trip
across
altitude is kind of like the highest, useful altitude, but it's not always the most economical. So in real life, well, in real life we have a better flight planning program than SimReef, but I would usually go after the flight plan and not after SimReef or sorry, not after the FMS for things like this. So, just see the amber altimeter standard light up here. That's the aircraft telling us that we're still on standard while we're below the transition level entered. Now I just checked, transition level in St. Maarten is 6.5, so now that I've changed it on the forecast page, we're seeing our standard altimeter setting in green here as well, again, so that's making things a little bit easier. That's what's important, to even keep hidden pages like that descent forecast page up to date all the time.
American 845, turn right heading 190.
Fantastic 7, do I expect honor for the landing? No, I do plan a VOR approach this time.
American 2405 by Palace Splash descends across El Lopo at and maintain flight level 130.
San Juan Center, hello, UPS 327, level 1 to 10,000.
Let's see if we can spot any other aircraft here.
340, UPS 327.
They're probably aiming for some 10 mile separation at least, and route probably rather 20, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see anyone. And no, of course we don't.
05 level in the radar contact 15 miles
well, anyway.
west of Malak, flight level 350. House discretion descends across Bandy at and maintain flight level 13.
San Juan Center, Avianca 1263 needs to descend.
Right. Let's get our passengers strapped in.
511 descends across Bandy at and maintain flight level 130.
Henry, what's the difference between RNAV and RMP approach? There basically is none. It's different terminologies for the same thing, really.
Direct Antex, cross Antex at 6,000.
The European Aviation Safety Agency is currently working on reworking all those RNAV terminologies in order to create a unified procedure for all over Europe. So then it's no longer going to be RNAV RMP, RMP, and whatever you have there. And it's gonna become a lot better in the future. I believe the concept was scheduled for end of 2022, but we know aviation, so we can probably expect it in 2024. 5, 6. We'll have to see.
It's 1014. United 2022 contact joint approach 128.95.
128.95, United 2022.
Delta 683, turn right heading 1.
Alright, 128.905. Juliana approach, United 2022, information Bravo, descending 110, Mount Slugo, speed 210 over at Slugo.
United 2022. Juliana approach identified, turn left now heading 120.
Left heading 120, United 2022, and we'll request the VOR approach.
Roger. Centrist 0,
so let's see.
2, speed.
There's one guy up front over there,
heading
and one over there.
5,
The one up here worries me a little bit, because that is indicative of delay vectors.
140 knots, heading 050 French.
Let's go down to 210 knots then. But let's see where they're going to take him. Probably going to be an S-turn like this.
So altitude again, please, French West 012.
3,000 feet, 3000.
Descend 3,000 feet, French West 012.
Fantastic FM. As a real world
And
pilot in
turn
Europe,
left
do you see
05.
anything interesting done in the US versus
050,
Europe? Yeah,
French West
definitely.
012.
Eastern 909.
First of all, the landing clearances.
170.
In the US, you call the tower, they clear you to land. And then it's up to air traffic control to monitor that the runway is actually safe for usage by the time the aircraft gets down there. While in Europe, ATC cannot give the landing clearance until the runway is verified to be safe. So, until preceding aircraft has passed a certain threshold value, etc.
50 speed 184.
That's probably the major difference. And I do know an air traffic controller from Cologne-Bonn Airport, and we have a lot of freighters coming from the US over here, and he told me once that whenever these American freighters are arriving, when they check in with tower, and he just says hello, without any landing clearance, they have to be very careful that the US pilots don't just read back a landing clearance. And that does happen every now and then, he
Round 2,
says.
Cockpit Tower 118.7, bye-bye.
Was that for Eastern 2901?
A firm.
Okay, Tower 1.
Then, Vasil Mohammed, why FMC speeds? The speed window is open, why not MCP speed? Okay, that's the recent change that we saw in the update, and that is basically when the speed window is open, but you are in VNAV, then the sequence at which the data is being processed is the data is going from the MCP into the FMC onto the target speed over here, and then from here it's going to the auto throttle. That's why if you're in VNAV with the speed window opened, you're going to get the FMC speed FMA, versus if I'm getting out of VNAV now, so I'm pressing Alt Hold, so now we are no longer in VNAV.
And just the 152.
Then it's changing to MCP speed because the data is now coming directly from the MCP into the
yeah, just having some problems with Cockpit. French West 012.
But in general, we like to use VNAV as much as possible. That's why I'm going back to VNAV. Open the speed window. Now it's saying FMC speed again. That actually used to be incorrect in the PMDG 737 for many years, but they finally corrected it.
Papa Tango, Charlie Alpha, Charlie, speed down touch.
Charlie Alpha, Charlie, go ahead.
Identified, continue climb flight level 150.
So let's see, one guy is vectored over at the airport over here.
150.
That's interesting. He's heading there as well, so it's probably going to be quite a lengthy delay vector. Let's see if we can get any information from the controller as to how long the delay is actually going to be.
10 approach for Jet 122.
United 2022, any information how long the delay is going to be?
United 2022 will be factoring you over at the field, so I'm not sure, but we're trying to work as efficient as possible.
Yeah, no worries, we're just wondering how long. Not complaining at all, just wondering.
I've had enough people complaining this evening, so it's a bit uncertain for me.
Yeah, I can imagine. Alright, yeah, so it's probably gonna be something like this then, going over here, over the field, and then down like this.
French West 012, sorry about that.
So what are we looking at? Maybe 80 nautical miles, flying 230 knots, that is like 4 miles a minute, so we're looking at maybe 20 minutes delay,
heading
something like that.
050, and I'm descending still to 3,000 feet, French West 012.
Approach
30 nautical miles to get to Hawaii, so that sounds good.
Oh yeah, it is busy over here. It is really busy.
Pretend 266, you're not much allowed, and to 5, complete climb flight level 120.
So, just look at this.
Climb flight
We have 180 nautical miles on the distance over here. Right now they have one aircraft in downwind, or rather...
Okay, sorry, flight
that one's probably on, yeah, that one's on final, the JetBlue from New York.
Carribean 417 turn right now.
They have one over here.
65.
So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 aircraft on 180 nautical mile right now. So basically, if we take an average spacing of 10 miles, or we are almost at an average spacing of 10, maybe 12, 13 miles or so for the routing.
Over to Tower 118.7. Thanks for the great ATC, doing a great job. French West to 11 Charlie.
So that is really, really busy. Like really, really busy here on the event.
Direct
Vaki, French West 012.
Papa Tango Charlie Alpha Tango, contact on 118.150, bye-bye.
But that's exactly what I told you earlier. In St. Maarten they just need these huge spacings, because on that single runway where everybody has to backtrack, it is just getting that busy.
012, speed is going to be 140 knots.
140 knots, French West 012.
So yeah, that's exactly the reason why we took the extra fuel as well.
260 degrees and descend.
Let's use a small trick here. If we just enter the holding along the route now, like this, at Uluba, tells us...
2022, turn right now heading 140.
Turn right heading 140, United 2022. Alright, heading 140. So now, it tells us on the holding here that we have 30 minutes of holding
118.150
until we would reach the entered planned final reserve fuel. So we have half an hour. When we reach that, we have to make a decision if we want to commit to landing at destination, or if we want to divert towards an alternate airport.
Noise, but Delta 683 down push, hello, identified, turn left heading 110.
Now what I'm seriously hoping for is that the apron is not going to be overloaded, so that they just run out of parking positions. Because if that happens, it'll probably mean a lot of delays. And that's probably the reason why today I would decide against committing to land at St. Maarten Airport. Because a landing is just not going to be assured there. If they run out of parking positions, the airport's closed. And I don't want to be committed to landing there with the danger of that happening.
Eastern 996 speeds.
I've had a similar situation in real life a couple of weeks ago when we flew to Corfu in Greece. That's Lima Golf Kilo Romeo. And they only have like 8 parking positions on the apron there.
Good afternoon.
And the weather forecast was beautiful, wind calm, CAF okay, nothing in the NOTAMs. So of course we flew the minimum fuel required for the flight. And if you take the minimum fuel, then you usually arrive at destination with approximately like 15 or 20 minutes of extra fuel in the tank on top of possible diversion fuel. So we got there, we contacted approach, they told us hold over waypoint so and so, expect half an hour delay. And we were like, what? What's going on there? And in the end, because of all those slots that we have in Europe, the apron was completely full, and they just couldn't take any more aircraft. Well, of course we considered our alternatives, and the highest ranking commercial alternate airport for Corfu is a military one, located on an island nearby. So if you divert there, you know that you are not going to go back on the same day. Not because it's a military field, but because it is going to take a long time for the company to arrange handling, to arrange refueling and everything. So in the end, in front of us there was another holiday flight going towards Corfu as well, and they told ATC like, yeah, we're committed to land here, we have another 10 minutes, thereafter we have to be on the ground. And they declared minimum fuel. And when that happened, then then the controller asked us as well, so for how long do you have fuel? Because we initially thought, alright, we're gonna enter the holding and see what's gonna happen, see how long it's gonna take. And then if we have like 10 minutes of holding left, then we can still decide.
Turn right now heading 170.
The right heading 170, United 2022. Okay, that's heading 170.
American 845, turn right now heading 140.
Right, so
Right 140, American 845.
then ATC asked us like how long do we want to
turn right
or
now
for how long do we have fuel, and in the end they decided that it is not worth it keeping all those aircraft in the air, so they made us land in Corfu, and then they just parked us on the taxiways. I actually have to show you the chart of Corfu to show you what that's looking like. So let's have a quick look there. Lima Golf Kilo Romeo.
Eastern 996.
So this is the airport. Not a very long one.
It's gonna be
you land in here, then you can see they have like 8 gates available here. We'll make that 11 maybe.
Carribean 417, just a question, is the current wind in your tail?
So in the end, everybody was instructed to vacate the runway at the end by Alpha 3. And then they just stopped us here in Alpha, and basically we were in a queue of 4 aircraft, standing here, waiting for the gates up here to become free. And when those gates became free, then they just, then basically whoever stood first on the wait up here in Alpha had to land or had to get a gate. That was really funny one. And yeah, sorry guys, I just noticed I pulled the wrong window up. You have it here now. So basically you landed on 3-4, vacated at the end, and then they stopped you up here on taxiway Alpha, and you had to wait up here until one of those gates over here became free, and then whenever somebody pushed back and taxied out, the next aircraft could go in. So that was a really funny situation we had there. It's one of those things that you just never ever expect to happen. Never. Right, so we are more or less going over at the airport now.
American 1515.
So there it is. Beautiful picture, by the way, I have to say. One aircraft departing down there. So yeah, in the end we waited for like half an hour or so. In the end, most of the aircraft that were on the apron there were basically ready for departure, but they were simply waiting for air traffic control slots. So eventually, air traffic control at Corfu decided that so many aircraft that were inbound were actually diverting because of this, that they just had to do something, and then they got priority from slot control that they could bring out some aircraft, while aircraft at other Greek airports were then held back so that the limiting factors in Austria and Germany didn't become overloaded. So Eric, for which airline am I flying? My airline doesn't want their pilots to use social media, so I'll just not say which airline I'm flying for, because I'm not a spokesperson for them. So I'm sorry, we'll just have to keep it like this. Andrew, have I flown into Madeira before in real life? Unfortunately not yet. I'm waiting for it, but I haven't had the chance yet.
American 845, turn right now heading 170.
Then, Extreme, do you have an issue where your vertical situation display displays one range less than what you have selected? It is actually normal that your VSD can display more or less. But on the NG, it should always work out like this. But on the Max, it actually is that way. On the Max, the ND shows you a different range than, or the VSD shows you a different range than the ND. But on the NG, that shouldn't happen.
Juliana approach, flight to your flight 1488 with you, flight level 130.
Papa Bless, how does it happen? Shouldn't slot control know? Yeah, slot control does know. The problem is, the whole slot planning basically works very well until aircraft start getting delayed.
Doing an approach,
and once aircraft start getting delayed, things are getting problematic. So we've got a VNAV disconnect message there. Yeah, when we flew over the airport, it just cycled all the waypoints. So let's actually go ahead and fix that real quick. Just put something in here. And then we'll take your Luba in at 096. Like this.
Flight 1, Christian 1488, heading...
Let's also put 110 in as a new cruise level.
110, Frontier Flight 1488.
And then just check
Juliana,
how much holding we have available now. 19 minutes.
Branson 105 Tango, unfortunately I am too busy to provide CFR for Saba today.
Copy, we will switch to Unicom and land in Saba, thank you.
Alright.
1515, contact Sun 1118.15.
So hopefully they're eventually going to turn us back into the right downwind now.
Delta was kitchen Delta 683, turn right now heading 140.
140.
United 2022, wow that's a great coffin actually, turn right now heading 280, descend to flight level 70.
United 2022, turn right heading 280, descend flight level 70. Okay, that's heading 280, and we'll go down to flight level 70. Let's do it in vertical speeds. As I have a feeling we'll be flying here for a little while.
Squawk 4571.
Nikolai, do I know if you buy the 700 if you will have a discount on the 800? Unfortunately, there is not going to be a discount. At least that's what PMDG have said. So, unless they change their opinion, the 800 is going to be full price.
And we have information Bravo.
Delta 2995. Heading 110 and descend to 110 knots and speed 210 knots.
Heading 110.
Kano, am I in the beta program of Virtual Performance Tool for the 700? No, I'm not.
On the altitude, just planet F.
Eastern 996.
And Nikolai, have I ever played as air traffic control on VATSIM? Yes, I have. I do have a rating for Frankfurt Airport.
Carribean 417, let's get you on a final soon. Turn right now.
But on the recent days I didn't really get to do it very much anymore because there is just too much happening in real life. So it's been a little while since I've controlled on VATSIM. Might actually do it again. I mean, would that be something that you guys would be interested in?
And Juliana departure, American
a live stream as air traffic controller?
American 2219, Juliana departure, hello, identified, continue climb flight level 150.
Continue climb 150 for American 2219.
Eastern 996, turn right now heading 090 and the runway is at your 12 o'clock.
Juliana approach, good evening, Scandinavian 202, we have flight level 130 descending at 70, inbound Gouda, with information Charlie.
Two at the same time.
Juliana approach, Scandinavian 202, flight level 130 to 70, inbound Gouda with Charlie.
So, passing level 100, let's do the 10 checks. Fuel is balanced with 4 pumps on, lights are going on, angle of bank 25. Air condition pressurization is 4.6 set, first valve on, recall, check 21.5 is deselected, that's the 10 checks. Complete.
Delta 683, turn right now, heading 170.
Descending to 1000 out of 8000, inbound to Pluto.
Walk. Okay, Delta 683, turn right now, heading 170.
Right, I'm surprised to see that there's actually some interest in doing a stream as an ATC, so that's something I'll consider for the future.
Turn right now, heading 210.
About American 845?
Affirm, American 845, turn right now 21.
Right, 210, American 845.
Carribean 417, proceed direct Avaki, as Avaki cleared on approach runway 10.
Proceed direct Avaki after clear for the approach runway 10.
It's interesting, looking at VATSIM over here, how the traffic is behaving.
2022, speed 170 knots.
The 2022, speed 170 knots. Okay, that is something I don't like, because it means that we will reduce into the flap speeds. So that's going to bring our fuel usage up quite a bit.
118-150 for our American 2019 CS.
Settle 767.
Right, flap on.
Settle 767, descending for 1000 out of 1.
Speed is checked.
Settle 767, Roger, heading 110, speed 210.
Heading 110, speed 210,
And flap 1.
Eastern 996, Roger, contact tower 1187.
1187, Eastern 996.
So, can pre-select that as well, it seems. 18.7. By the way, a couple of you guys asked me what flaps 2 is good for in the 737. Well, here's what it is for. We have a speed assigned of 170 knots, 170. So, either you can just go 175 in flap 1, or if we go flap 2, our flap speed is going to go down just slightly. So, now we can go 170 exactly as well. That's basically what it's good for.
2022, turn right now heading 300.
Right in 300, United 2022.
American 845, turn right now heading 290.
Right, 290, American 846.
Victor, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super comment. Yeah, I am going to do that ATC stream. It is going to come. So now we've got to be careful. With the flaps out, we are eating up our reserves extremely fast now. So we'll have to figure out how long the delay is going to be at this speed.
Bye-bye.
The problem is the hold page is not going to give us that information anymore. So we're looking at a diversion of 5.9. We're using 3,000 per hour now, so that's like... And that is going to increase once we're in level flight again. I have a feeling we're still going all the way out over here. So that is going to be a full waste of fuel. United 2022, how many track miles can we expect?
United 2022, say again?
United 2022, how many track miles can we expect? Because at the slow speed we are eating up our fuel really fast here.
How much fuel do you have? For the United 2022, turn right now, proceed direct to Vaki.
Roger, Vaki, United 2022. Okay, Avaki. That looks like it. LNAV available. LNAV. There's one more guy over there. I wonder if he's gonna be in front or behind us. He's probably gonna be in front of us. That's gonna become interesting.
Approach Eastern 9986, I'm gonna go around 3000, heading 180.
Yeah, one guy is going around there. That's of course not helping the sequence. Of course, maintaining the altitude doesn't help us either. So let's see, Avaki towards Debia then. That's the routing we want to take.
All stations, controller switch in progress.
Okay, that's gonna become interesting. If they're doing a controller change now, they have that guy going in here. He's maybe like 15 miles out, we're 17 miles out. So that's gonna become interesting. I wonder what air traffic control is planning to do with us here. And Reiter, there's a published hold at Avaki. Yes, there is. The problem is if they want to go into a hold, then they shouldn't give us such a slow speed, because just look at the fuel flow over here. We are using like 5,000 pounds an hour now with the flaps out, and we have a diversion fuel of 5.9, so that's 1,500 pounds there. Divided by 5,000, that gives us like 10 minutes or so until we are reaching our diversion fuel. And if we are reaching that diversion fuel, then we'll just go straight back towards San Juan, because there is no sense committing to land here.
600 clear for the out and runway 10.
2600 clear on 10 Scandinavian 20. Juliana approach, good day, French West 20 Golf, heavy 130 to 110 and Atis unavailable.
French West 20 Golf, standby. United 2022, San Juan, question Juliana approach.
United 2022, go ahead.
Yeah, 2022, maintain speed 200, to maintain 2,600.
Okay, increasing speed 200, descend and maintain 2,600. You got a Q&A for us, United 2022?
Yeah, 2022, Q&A 1016.
1016, United 2022. Okay, so... that doesn't really make a lot of sense what he's doing now.
Do you still want us to keep 190?
First of all, set altimeter 1016.
Maintain 190 until Avaki.
The 190 until Avaki is going to be...
Oh, I've got to help the upland to get down here.
United 2022, can you maintain speed 170 until Avaki?
Affirm, we can.
Okay, US 2022, speed 170 until Avaki.
170 until Avaki, United 2022. So now we'll need the speed brakes to get down.
89, Juliana approach. Approach, JetBlue 1889, rig contact can do climb and maintain level 152.
Maintain flight level 150, JetBlue 1889.
Right, so Frisk check then. Frequencies we have 113.0, rings around runway 10, 10-4, idents, Papa Juliet Mike, standby instrument set, course is 096, not checks. Ultimate instruments, cross-checked, projects,
yes, sir.
check set,
Look at the we can get a
projects
turn.
complete.
Pick up this 195.
Let's take flap 5, then we don't need the speed brakes anymore.
Delta 2995, stand by.
Same with Frontier Flight 1488.
Frontier Flight 1488, turn right heading 180.
20 Frontier Flight 1488.
Scandinavian Event 202 contact.
That is very close, 5 miles. If the guy in front has to backtrack, then that is not going to work out. I probably see us going around already, and then going back towards San Juan. Let's see what's going to happen.
French West 13, Sigma.
French West 13, go ahead.
French West 13 for sequencing, turn left heading 130.
130 left 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2022, reduce minimum approach speed, cleared out now from a 10 first.
Now 2020 reduce minimum, and just to confirm, we requested the VOR approach.
Yeah, 2022, clear VOR 10.
Clear VOR 10, United 2022. Okay, get down for 15.
American 845, turn right heading.
Now that's using up even more fuel.
Right there, 10, American 849.
But nothing we can do about it anymore.
American 845, descend maintain.
So we're clear for the approach. We're going to use LNAV to intercept.
17,600 and Green H1016.
And flaps 30.
And Eastern 996 and 1.
96, go ahead.
Eastern 996 and
yeah, this is getting so close with the guy in front. Let's actually go flap 40. Flaps 40.
Echo India. Approaching Sugarloaf for VF410.
So,
Papa,
we're going to intercept from 1,600 at Debier then.
Lima Echo India, I unfortunately don't have time for VFR, maintain, change to advisory is approved.
Thanks, sir. Landing is approved, confirm.
No, that's uncontrolled. You land on advisory.
Okay. With you on advisories, Victor Papa Lima Echo India?
Advisory is 122.8 for VATSIM.
I'm down to 1228.
Right, so from my track 096.
83, turn left heading to 290 now.
Right, 29063.
Delta 2995, turn right heading 170.
170, Delta 2995.
So that's pretty much the best we can do now.
French West 13, turn right heading 240.
Right, 240.
So right now we're going down to an altitude of 1,600. We'll level off 2 miles prior to Debier. And then we are going to use the vertical speed mode to get the airplane down. Looking at 120 knots of ground speed, so
JetBlue 1889 contact.
If we are actually going to use the charts for that one, then we'll see 120 knots gives us 650 feet a minute on the final descent then.
Affirmative 108.15.
108.15, JetBlue 1889.
Yeah, 2022 contact, Juliana Tower 118.7.
118.7, United 2022.
American 845, turn right.
Holding point Alpha for 10.
Taxi to holding point Alpha for...
Okay, Arctic Wire. Juliana Tower, United 2022, VOR runway 10. Altitude. Altitude hold.
United 2022, continue approach number 2.
Continue. Right, that's the altitude down to 500.
And United 2022, report your speed.
Speed is 130, final approach speed, United 2022.
Oh, that is fantastic, thank you. SAS 202, welcome to Juliana, sir, backtrack 101 able, vacate on Echo.
So, 1 mile per to Debbie here. A vertical speed.
SES-202, try and expedite your back track from me if you can.
So,
we'll try the expedite.
650 feet a minute. And then at...
-202, the 5 could be late landing clearance. We're going to try and slip one out, a departure out in front of you.
Roger. Right, so at 4 miles, we're looking at an altitude of 1,300.
Wind advisory, wind check for you now, 060 at 12 knots.
Roger, wind weird 181.
Just be ready.
We're 1,300. A little bit low here, let's go 350 feet a minute. And I'll just switch all the lights on already.
SES-202, Roger, you have vacated on Foxtrot, that's not a problem. Park on Foxtrot. Break, windward 181, wind 060, 12 knots, clear for takeoff 10. Expect.
Right, 4 miles. So we are like 100 feet low right now. 3 miles, we're looking at 980.
There, wind weird 181.
Right, 3 miles, we're back on profile, 650 feet a minute. Landing checklist, not to forget. That start switches, continuous, recall, checked, speed brake.
United 2022, wind check for you now, 060, 12
lights. Landing gear down 3 green, auto brake 3 set, flaps 40 green lights, and holding up the landing lights. Alright, we've got the runway in sight, set missed approach altitude. 4,000 feet in and recycle the flight directors.
Tower American 26 straight, so calling to you on the ground. We're just, we'll let you know, I think the ATIS might be down.
Roger, 2 seconds and I'll take that.
So, manual flight. We have everything in sight, we're on the puppies.
Windward 181, you airborne?
From windward 181.
Thank you. Break, United 2022, wind 060, 12 knots, clear to land 10.
10, clear to land, United 2022.
Nice and close, that's how we like it. SAS-202, do you see an ATIS?
100.
Affirmative, but we have the turn direct and engines off. Scandinavian
20.
Fantastic.
Special party today.
Right, the speed breaks up and thrust was normal.
Yeah, good.
United 2022, welcome to Princess Juliana. When able, backtrack 10, vacate Delta.
Backtrack 10, vacate Delta, United 2022. Alright, we gotta take the bay over here so that we don't block the runway for too long. Down to 10 knots. Over we go. I don't see anybody on approach
United
right
2022 via Delta, standard choice, any other Charlie stands.
United 2022 via Delta, any standard choice. Thanks. Right, there's one going out there. Let's clean the airplane up then. Okay, that's Echo, so the next one then is Delta. Alright, any stand. Well, that is going to be interesting. But we just got to take what we have.
Okay, November 55, Juliet via Alpha, line up and wait 10.
Actually, is this Delta? Or is that Delta over there? Oh, I think this is Delta. Well, anyway. Gotta go to the left here, and then there is a free stand up there, actually. Surprise! I did not expect to see a free stand anymore today.
Juliana Tower, good night. Doral 1137, information Bravo, requesting clearance to Fort Lauderdale.
Right, APU.
American 2,
going on then.
632, was that right? Last station calling, call sign only.
Doral 1137.
Right, let's take that gate on the right hand side there. Well, at least we have a proper gate available for us. To be honest, I didn't expect that. I expected that, like, everything would be full over here. But I'm most certainly not going to complain about it.
Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
I see you now. Standby. November 55, Juliet, wind 060, 12 knots, clear for takeoff 10.
Clear for takeoff, November 55, Juliet.
So, let's see if the APU generator is working. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's interesting.
Okay,
so, if the APU generator is working in this one, there's probably a panel state issue. Gonna have to file a report with PMDG for that. Also, if a default panel state is broken, that's never a good thing.
Okay, clear Fort Lauderdale, Mother 2 departure. And
right, once again, we've got no martial law, but we'll have to survive.
And squawk 4544.
Right, that's gonna be it. We're in the 737, short airplane.
Well,
2 blue, 1 red.
Back correct, report ready for pushing start.
10 tower, American 845, 1010.
American 845, good day, sir. Juliana Tower, the wind 060, 12 knots, clear to land 10.
Good time, runway 10, American 845.
Right, and we have 20%. So, anti-collision can go off. Shutdown checklist then.
American 2632 on
we'll actually just quickly shut the airplane down completely here. So, shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps, 1 on, electrical, on APU, fasten belts, off, window heat, off, propheat, auto, engines, off, electric hydraulic pumps, off, voice recorder, auto, vacuum packs, auto, engine bleeds, on, APU bleed, on, exterior light, set, start switches, off, on brake, off, speed brake, down to 10, flaps, up and light, parking brake, set, start levers, cut off, weather radar off, transponder, 2-turn standby, CBRCB in, and the cockpit door is unlocked. Right guys, we're gonna keep it at this. It was just too much delay to do the flight back to San Juan, and it's probably too late anyway to make it on time for the event. So thank you very much for joining everyone. I really